And let's check the sound levels here. All right, should be able to hear that. It's kind of a mix today because we're balancing fans and stuff. Yes, it's summer now with the sensitivity of the mic, so this may or may not pick up the sounds as well as I would like it to. But here we are. In any case, we're talking about building rooms. You can come in with a pick or a hammer or whatever diggy tool you want, and you can clear this whole space out manually. Or you can use the Minecraft Man special helper, and for those of you who got the reference there, kudos, and use the Quarry. So the Quarry isn't just for obtaining ore and rock. It is not just for harvesting trees. You can also use it to dig with. So I have set this room up. I dug the first part out with my hammer. You can see down here a remnant, and I'll have to clean up, certain areas. But I dug all the way down more or less where I wanted the length to be. And then I went down with the pick down the other side, and I dug myself a channel. The reason I used the hammer here is I needed a workspace. This, I don't need a workspace. And then I set up my landmark. So you have that blue thing that looks like a torch with a blue flame. You set that there, you set a redstone torch next to it, and poof, you get this red line that extends on the 3 axes. Then you take your blue landmarks and you run all the way down to the end, you plop one there, and you run all the way down to the end and you plop one there. But it normally only goes up about 4 or 5 high. And I wanted it up a little bit higher. So this is how you do it. We're going to pretend where the quarry is where I have my blue lines, which were actually here, where the yellow and black is, because I don't want to break this. So you go up to where you want to have the top, and you go down 1. You put a block. You pillar your way up there. You put one of your blue landmarks on the block in the middle of the blue line. And that's all there is to set the height. When you set your quarry up, that will knock out your landmarks. So again, this will fall, that will fall, that will fall, that will fall, and you will get this hazard tape structure. You're like, well, what's that? That pulsey red thing. That's the laser. That's what we're using to create the room, and it will go and kill blocks. And the idea is we only want to put enough fuel in to take out the blocks without damaging the rest of the room too terribly much. So you just come in and you drop a little bit of fuel in. And I could have gone and just loaded the one. It would have gone much slower. You see it's taking out my torches first thing. So ta-da, you can't see anything. And those are gone. Anything this beam hits is dead. Except for us. We can go out here. Doesn't do anything. But if I go and I try and see what's going on, it's going to take out my torch first thing. It senses the foreign object. So now, as long as I'm only putting a few coal in at a time, I can walk away and let this just run. And if I do get a small bit of a hole at the end, well, you get a small bit of a hole, fill it in. Because chances are I'm going to be taking this out one more block deep so I can case it like I did down here with the blue room. So I dug this all out, and then I went one more. So I went down 1, I went out 1 in each direction, and I went up 1 in each direction so that I could put the casing blocks in. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, and this thing has grown immensely the last little bit. We now have this great fabrication tree, which I've been learning to use, and it has saved me a ton of time making some components. We did have to do a little restructuring because there are a few of us who have not used applied energistics to the extent to which we are using it now, which is all manner of fabricators, inputters, outputters, transformers, storage thingies. So yeah, we kind of overloaded the system, even though I thought I had built the initial trunk tough enough. Apparently it wasn't. Bobby came in because the whole system basically crashed, and he rewired it for us. So thank you, Lord Bobby, God of the server. Let's do that so you can see it properly. Thank you, Lord Bobby, God of the... Yeah, that didn't work either. Let's try it in the other view. Oh, no, I can only see the back of my head. I can't get a good view. Anyhow, thank you, Lord Bobby, Lord of the server. Yes, well, yeah. No good way to go and film that. Sorry. You saw my shorts. Shouldn't do that. That's all I really had. I wanted to show you how you could use a quarry to do a lot of work without really having to work. You just got to be careful feeding that coal in, or that charcoal. You put too much in, you're going to have more work. You don't want work. You want just right. So I'm going to keep checking back on it, and as the room progresses, maybe we'll touch back and show you how to case it and such. So, bye. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hey there, everybody. This is JAG. I'm going to warn you right now. This is take 3. Did this right after I woke up. Don't do filming until you have your coffee. Gotta just say it. Have your coffee. Anyhow, we're back in the new room project. And you may have noticed it's all dug out. See all that? So where we had the quarry, we use the section that destroys blocks to carve out a room, or at least the basis for a room. Having looked at this, I have decided this is not going to be big enough. So here's your rule of thumb. Figure out how much space you think you're going to need. Then double it or possibly triple it. You will not. You never have enough room for what you think you need. Let me get turned around here. There we go. We are going to rebuild the quarry and take out a little bit more. I've already got my anchor for the, what do we call it? Our anchor landmark. So you put down where you want in front of, so the quarry's going to go here. You put it down in front of where you want the quarry. Then you put down a redstone torch where the quarry's going to be. And it shoots out these blue lines in every direction, and they go for 64 blocks. So right now, we have a blue line running all the way through Senior's workshop. And we go down here. Not only is it going to be through my workshop, see, it's probably also into the stairwell, which we can't see it. Too many stairs. Anyhow, trust me, it's probably all the way down through there. So now you have to be able to limit it. And you do that by using the other landmarks. So you need to have one at each of these corners that you want. Endpoints, if you want to call them that. Yeah, the room's not quite square either. It's going to be a bit closer. I was going to go with rectangular, but decided I can do square and I can fill it in later if I don't like it. It's easier to fill it in than take it out sometimes. So, yay, there. Here's the other problem. And let's see if we can parkour this. Just barely. I decided 8-ish. Is it 8? I think it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, it was 7. 7 was not quite high enough by the time I figured I'm putting in my ceiling and everything. So I came up here and dug it out a little more. Well, give it to me. There it is. And this is how you set your height. So you're going to dig out up to where you want your ceiling. And then you're going to go 1, 2 blocks down, put a block in, and set your landmark on top of it. And then you're going to come back down. Pretty simple. I will tell you, sometimes these quarries can be a little glitchy if you do not have everything lined up right. If you do not have, if you have not put everything in the appropriate order, they can get glitchy. Do not hit this yet. Don't do it. You will be upset. What we're going to do, we're going to take our bare hand so we don't accidentally knock this thing out. We're going to take our bare hand and we are going to tap this thing. That would be a right click tap, not a left. And now our guidelines have formed. So this is the area the new quarry will work in. Now we can take this out. Yay. And now, get ready for the clang. Here comes the quarry. Ding. So there's our landmark. Probably got another one up there. I don't know if I can reach it from here. There we go. And there's the landmark. Yes, sometimes you can actually get lucky enough to use your pick or your axe on the jump. And recover your landmarks. Yes, I know they're not terribly expensive. They are at the beginning. They are not terribly expensive this far into the game, but it's still just good practice. If you use good practice every time, you will not be disappointed. And put your toys away. And now we're going to get some charcoal out. And we are going to very slowly feed the system, because these are blocks. I think that's what messed me up last time, is I used the blocks instead of the bits. So actually, let's pull those out. Break those down. Yeah, that's what messed me up. I may not need any more. So we're going to let these 2 blocks run their course and see what gets knocked out. And we're just going to slowly trickle more coal, more charcoal in here throughout the day as we are doing things. And we will come back and check on it. And that pretty much is that. So we will keep you updated on this. This may get released in a couple different pieces. We'll see what happens. For now, ta-ta.